What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're gonna be talking about how to stay focused in a distracted world. Now, the thing is that there's so many distractions every single day. It could be your phone, it could be social media, it could be the opposite gender, it could be so many things, right? And I don't know what it is for you personally, but I know that for me, I get distracted on a consistent basis. So there's so many different things that you can literally just go through life with and be distracted. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about a couple things to help you stay focused with what you have in a distracted world. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing I'm gonna say, the biggest distraction is your phone. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it because a lot of people don't really want to own it, but being distracted on your phone, being distracted with social media, being distracted with, the time consuming that it takes just for you to send a message, or maybe you're on the phone a lot, maybe you're FaceTiming a lot, whatever that really looks like, that has a lot more time consumption than you probably think. If you go to your phone and you go to the settings and you go to hours or whatever it is, the time management on your phone, you will see how much time you actually spend every single day or on a weekly basis on an average that you're on your phone, right? And it'll probably be a lot more than what you probably think. It'll probably be about 7 hours, 8 hours, maybe even 10 hours, depending on what you do and maybe how often you're on it. But then I'll also show you the breakdown of what you're looking at. If you're looking at, YouTube, or if you're looking at Instagram, or if you're on TikTok, what your biggest time consumption is, rather for the week or for the day, and what that looks like on a consistent basis. So redirecting your time to be able to put that into something productive, being able to be educated in something, being able to go get off your phone completely, right? Just going outside to go for a walk, going outside to go for a run, go read a book, something to get off your phone. Because the thing is that if you're on your phone and it's giving you a lot more distraction, what you need, and it's not really pouring back into what you're trying to do in 2025, then it's really becoming a distraction and you don't really realize it. Second thing I say is, and this kind of goes to me as well, is movies and television. Now, I'm not really big on having a whole television series or maybe even a movie that I always have to follow up after, but you always have those comfort movies that you want to put on the TV while maybe you're working on something, or maybe you just want to watch it at the end of the day and you're like, let me just put on Spider-Man, or let me just put on Twilight, or let me put on, whatever your comfort movie is. And then you end up sitting there and you're watching it, and before you know it, an hour and a half, 2 hours have gone by, and you feel like maybe it's good for a downtime, but it can also be distracting, I know for myself, I like to work on stuff, but I also have a movie playing in the background. That's just me personally. I always have it on mute though, so I don't have to listen to what is actually happening. Every now and then I'll turn around, I'll look at the movie or look at the television show, and I'll go back to what I'm working on. But being able to find a balance to be able to be like, look, this is what I need to focus on, and this is what's distracting me, is a key thing, especially when it comes to movies and television. You end up sitting on the couch, you sit there, you're binge watching a show, you're trying to catch up on the show, you got all these different episodes you need to watch, and before you know it, you end up more distracted than being beneficial to what you're trying to work after and being productive. So get off the couch, right? Get out your bed and try to find a way to be more productive, because with that time you're using towards, TV and movies, you can be putting towards something that actually elevates you with that time. Third thing is prioritizing your time with other people or other genders. I think that a lot of people love to spend time with other people, and there's no problem with doing that. But whenever it comes imbalanced of what you're doing and with the dates that you're going on, or the clubs that you're going to, or the sport bars you're going to, the times that you're hanging out with, your boys or your girls, whatever the case is, right? Those balances have to be equal, right? The things that you're trying to work on, and also the time that you're spending with them. If you find yourself spending more time, playing the game, or, having a movie night, all these different things that's going to offset the productiveness in your life, then it's going to become a distraction, right? So finding a way to be able to be focused while having your pleasure time and your leisure time with other people is one of the biggest things. And I think that what a lot of people end up doing is they find more time to be able to be like, look, I'm stressed out, I don't even want to do the work, so I'm gonna go end up hanging out with blank, or I really want blank to come over so we can just have a good movie night, have some popcorn, right? And it kind of goes back to what I said, the TV movie thing, right? How are you utilizing that time? So don't be distracted with hanging out with other people unless those people are helping you elevate. If you're in the right circle, then sure, be around those people because you guys are working towards something. Keyword is working. But if you're over here just doing leisure time and you're not really working on anything and trying to grind, then you gotta be careful because those people can be distracting. I think that one of the other biggest things that people do that keeps them distracted is trying to do so many things at once. And I find myself being a part of this, right? is that you want to accomplish so many things and then you end up not being able to fulfill it all because there's so many things for you to focus on. I know that even for my mom lately, she set an alarm just for her to be able to stay focused on what she needs to focus on. Okay, at this time, I want to work on this. At this time, I want to be able to do this, right? And I think that that's really a good, healthy way for you to actually prioritize what matters and what you need to accomplish in the day. Although, I won't say you have to set an alarm every single time, but just finding ways so you're like, okay, at this time, this is what I'm gonna do. At this time, this is what I need to do. This is who I need to talk to. Let me check in with my family. Let me have this downtime, right? Stuff like that. Being able to prioritize when you need to focus and when you don't need to focus, because I think that multitasking, it can be overwhelming. Trying to do too many things can be overwhelming for anybody. But if you find a way to be like, okay, at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna focus on, having downtime because I just got off of work. At 6 o'clock, I'm gonna go work out. At 7 o'clock, I need to make dinner. At 8 o'clock, I need to take a shower. At 9 o'clock, I need to be in bed. I don't know. I don't know what the case is, but being able to find that schedule that works for you, that way you're not overwhelming yourself. And then during the day, while you're over here trying to, accomplish what you want to accomplish, you're like, okay, let me make sure I have these certain things done before 12, these certain things done before 3, right? It doesn't have to be like per hour, of course, but being able to find a way for you to break it up. That way you're not feeling so overwhelmed and that you're multitasking and then you're becoming distracted from everything that you're actually supposed to be focused on. And the last thing I would say is getting enough sleep. If you feel like you don't get enough rest, or if you feel like, you're not having good sleep, you're gonna feel jet lag throughout the day. And so what that's gonna create is that you're not focused on what you need to be focused on. You're gonna be distracted very easily. You're gonna end up in a headspace where you're like, man, I just really wanna be in my bed. I wanna go to sleep. I don't even wanna do the work. You know what I'm saying? And it actually hinders you from doing what you need to do, only because you're tired, right? Or maybe you're able to be focused, but you're not doing something to the maximum capacity as if you had good sleep or whatnot. So find a way that's going to help you, because a lot of these things are distracting. Those are like the most common distractions to people. It's rather relationships or people. It could be, your phone and how much time you spend on social media or whatnot. It's definitely entertainment with the TV and, movies and stuff like that. Like all these things, and it ends up putting you in a circle where you're all distracted. You're in your own world, but everything is distractions around you. And it also hinders the growth that you should already be at because of these distractions. And I end up finding myself here too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, which is why I wanted to make this video, because I know I'm not the only one. There's people in the world that want to do great things, but they're distracted. And so what that ends up causing is having people be like, I don't know how to overcome these distractions. Just lower your time with the things that you're doing and up the time that you need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? Don't overwork yourself. Of course, find that balance. So if you always find yourself, on your phone and you're scrolling, or if you always find yourself hanging out with people that don't really influence you in the correct way or don't really pour back into you in the correct way, maybe even finding other people to actually network with is going to be able to put you in that good circle. Or maybe being able to find good apps, or being able to find a good time limit for you to stop at. Maybe, like I said, setting the alarm that can help you be able to get on the right track. Because over time, all this time is going to go, right? All the time that you're using for every single thing is distracting you, and that's going to pass you. The thing that won't pass you is the results that you can already have obtained and that you can gain from you actually remaining focused. So that being said, y'all, that's really all I got. I want you guys to just take these things into consideration, goodness, and just make sure that you're also staying focused with what you want to accomplish. Because at the end of the day, it's based on what your actions are going to do for the results that you want to get. Does that make sense? So that being said, y'all, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment one thing that you feel like you struggle with and how you're actually going to start accomplishing it. Because at the end of the day, it is up to you. And in 2025, I don't want anyone else wasting more time than they need to. We've already wasted all these other years that you said you was gonna do something, and yet we're still here in 2025 trying to accomplish what we wanna accomplish. So comment what you get distracted by the most and how you're gonna work on it. That's all I got for you on this video. Until then, I will catch you on the next one. Gone.